Hey y'all, my name is Francesca and welcome to my YouTube channel, Francesca's World. I make videos on fashion, luxury, and beauty. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, guys, today I'm doing a different type of video and I'm going to be focusing on items you should not waste your money on if you are not rich. And that's very specific because I feel like if you make a certain amount of money or if you don't have, you have endless money, you really don't have to worry about this type of stuff. But if you're buying luxury and you want to make sure your money's going to a good cause or whatever, the way you want to think about it, I just feel like you should be smart about it. And I've made a lot of mistakes buying luxury. So I just feel like I'm going to just voice my recommendation. So the first thing I would recommend you not waste your money on is going to be iridescent bags. And when I say iridescent bags, I don't really mean like the crystal bags per se. I mean like those iridescent leathers that are very tempting from like Chanel. I don't even have an iridescent bag, but I do have a YSL card holder that is iridescent. And I feel like this ring light is making it look super bright. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this when I turn it down a little bit, but this has so much wear on it. And I had this for I've had this for a while now, but when I first bought this, I had it for like 3 months and it just had so much wear on it that it was disappointing that I spent like $350 or something ridiculous like that for this thing to look like this. And I could only imagine spending $3,000 or more on one of those pretty iridescent bags and it looking like this a year later. Like that thought of that is just sad to me because it is so pretty when it's new, but as soon as it gets ruined, it just looks terrible. So I really just don't recommend you buy those types of leathers. And I know I'm naming Chanel because that's the one that sticks in my mind the most because they do a lot of that very beautiful, like shiny, glistening leathers and stuff. But the wear is terrible. And if you even pay attention to the resale value, the resale market, and you see used iridescent bags, they all look so bad. Like the leather starts to look dry. It just don't waste your money on it. So that's my number one recommendation. My second recommendation is going to be the one I'm probably the most guilty of, and it's going to be luxury fashion jewelry. And I love luxury fashion jewelry. So this one is hard for me to even list, but I'm just being honest. The reason I think luxury fashion jewelry is a waste of money or something you shouldn't waste your money on is because it is not actual gold. Everything, or I don't know if everything, but a lot of luxury fashion jewelry is gold-plated items. And that is crazy because you're paying fine jewelry prices for gold-plated jewelry. Like you can buy gold-plated jewelry almost anywhere for very cheap. So the fact that, I told you I'm guilty of this, but like these earrings from Chanel, they're beautiful, but they're gold plated. And it's crazy that I spent like $600 for this when I could have bought like some gold hoops, real gold hoops for the same or even less. So it's just crazy that I spent this much. Like Chanel necklaces that I spent, $600 on, $700 on. I spent like $1,000 for like this set here. And don't get me wrong, there's a reason why I haven't sold it because I really do love it. But it really is kind of not something you should waste your money on. I had to repurchase these Louis Vuitton stud earrings that I had. Like, can y'all see these? Y'all seen these before, right? I had to repurchase these because the first pair I had, the diamonds were falling out of. Like, these were $500. Why are the I said diamonds, they wasn't diamonds. But why are the little rhinestones in them falling out? Like, they're $600, $500 earrings. I don't understand. So I just feel like it really kind of is a waste of money. Like, by the time I spent so much money on luxury fashion jewelry, I probably could have had like a Van Cleef necklace or bracelet or something. And I probably could have had more than one of them. I've sold so much fashion jewelry and you don't get the resale money back. So it's kind of a waste of like your time. Like just unless you're going to keep it in your collection forever, I just kind of don't recommend it unless you really are 1,000% sure you're going to keep it forever. So number 3 is going to be bandos. And I feel like, this whole list is controversial, but for me, bandos, if you use them like on your Birkins and Kellys and whatever purses that a lot of, women use these on, that's cool to protect your straps and stuff. But I've used this bag once. I'm gonna use this thing one time. It was $300 and it sits on my vanity. It's wrinkled. Like, there's no point in me buying this, to be honest. Like, I can honestly say I wasted my money on this. $300 down the drain because I don't even use it. You can kind of use it as a headband, but I just feel like it was kind of useless. Like, I don't know. Like, I shouldn't have wasted my money on it personally. Maybe other people love these and use them all the time on their bags, but I don't even like using these on my bags. So I just straight up wasted my money on this. So that's going to be number 3 on my list. Number 4 on my list is also going to be controversial because I know a lot of people love them. And that's going to be luxury sunglasses. And the reason I think they're not controversial, I know why they're controversial. The reason I think they're a waste of money, though, at least for me, they were a waste of money for me because I don't even wear mine. I got these Gucci frames for my birthday in Miami. I bought me and my boyfriend a pair, and neither one of us wear them. So, and I spent like $600, $700. So it's just like, why did I do that to me? Like, why? It doesn't make sense. Like, if you're one of those people that wears those sunglasses and you be out in the sun, then go ahead and do your thing. But I just feel like for $500, $600 to $2,000 for glasses, and then you don't even wear them, or they break often, or you lose them, your children mess them up, like, it's a waste of money. So that's just going to be, I think we're on number 4 on the list. I don't know. I'd be wasting my money. So I'm just trying to protect y'all from doing the same thing. Just make sure you really want what you want when you spend this money. Now, my other items on the list are not like actual items, I guess, but it's kind of more like habits, I guess. And number 5 for me is going to be trendy purses. I don't think you should buy trendy purses unless it's not a trend for you. That's how I'm going to put it, because like these purses these days that are like $3,000, right? If you ain't going to like that bag in 6 months, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with that $3,000? It's just going to be sitting on your shelf collecting dust. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, unless you plan on having that bag until you're like 50 years old or until you die, in actuality, like, I just feel like it's a waste of money, honestly, because these purses are not cheap no more. They really were never cheap, but they straight up are just not cheap at all. So, like, if you're wasting so much money on trends and then they go out of style, you try to resell to Fashion File, Rebag, The Real, and they really going to hurt your feelings because they not even going to give you 50% of what you paid for, and that's just going to blow you. Like, it has blown me in the past. So that's why I'm telling you right now, just don't do it. It's tempting, but please don't do it. What I do recommend is you buy dupes. For example, these Bottega dupes, though, I paid like $10 for them, and they look like the Bottega ones. Like, I'm not paying $1,500 for those earrings. Like, I just refuse. Like, I can't. And they probably are gold plated on top of that. So I really can't do it. Another example of a bag that was trendy that I was this close to buying was this dupe bag of this Bottega bag. This bag is probably like $3,000 or more from Bottega, and I'm glad I didn't buy the real version because this version pisses me off, and I paid $50 for it. So first of all, when you stuff stuff in it, this little section here, it blows me because it starts to show and it just looks dumb. So if the real version does that, it will really piss me off. And then also, I can barely fit anything in this bag, and that also pisses me off because it's like we want the purse to be secure for $3,000, $5,000. You don't want stuff, like falling out. You can't even put nothing in it. Like, that's crazy. This is really an illusion right here. Like, all of this is so much artwork that you can actually not even use the bag. Like, that's crazy. So I'm telling you, trendy bags, be careful. I will say, if you buy a trendy bag that you love, just make sure you love it. For example, my Prada re-edition, I would call this a trendy bag because, most people aren't going to walk around wearing glitter year round, but I love pink. I love glitter and shiny things. Same reason I bought that card holder, but the difference is there's no crystals falling off of this, like the iridescent card holder where that thing got scratched and the damn iridescent is disappearing. Like, that is different. But like this, I love this. I'm always going to love this. So I actually did buy it. But you just have to be careful with trendy stuff. So that was just one of my recommendations. And my last recommendation for buying luxury and how you should not do it basically is when you buy a purse or a handbag or an item that's the replacement of something you really want. And that is very important, y'all. Because what happens is that you buy something cheaper because you can't afford what you actually want, and then you still want the thing you've been wanting. So you still end up buying it a little bit later. And then what happens is you really don't care about the other bag no more. And then you try to resell it, and then you'll get nothing back for it. And then it's just a waste of money again. So that's why I'm telling you, just save your money. Wait a year, wait 6 months, whatever amount of time you need to wait to get what you really want, just do that. Because doing the whole replacement bag thing, it don't ever work. I can promise you. I've done it so many times. Well, that's a lie. It's worked one time for me. And the bags it worked out for me with were, there was a point where I wanted this so bad, but I couldn't afford it. So instead, I bought this. This one worked out for me. It still wasn't the jumbo for me, so that's why I ended up with a jumbo still. So if I didn't like this bag, it would have been a waste of like $3,000. Luckily, I do feel like it worked out for me only because this bag is very functional, and this gonna sound absolutely terrible, but this is like my throw around Chanel bag. Like, it kind of is. But I think it's a good thing so I don't mess that one up as much. But like still, like that's still ridiculous. So I don't know. But this is the only time it worked out for me. The only time. And it's only because it's functional still. Like, I was still kind of wanting that jumbo so bad after I bought this. So I just wouldn't recommend you do that, y'all. Because you're going to kind of end up wasting your money. And it's going to just be a waste of your time. So anyway, that's the end of my list, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like luxury, fashion, jewelry, or fashion and beauty, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and otherwise I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.